Hello, I'm Kristen from Kristen Cain Style. I'm so glad you're here. If you like this video and the others on my channel, it would be awesome if you could subscribe and like and comment and share and all that good stuff, because that helps my channel become more visible to other women who might find this information valuable. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. So today I'm going to talk about 9 reasons why your wardrobe might not be making you feel very good. And your wardrobe should be making you feel good. Not only good, it should be making you feel amazing when you get dressed. So these 9 tips I hope will help you identify maybe some areas where you could pay a little more attention and attempt to kind of turn things around so that you would feel better in your wardrobe. So number 1 is your closet is cluttered and disorganized. So if the space where you hold your clothing is a disaster, it makes it pretty difficult to feel amazing about your wardrobe and when you're wearing your clothes, because it's difficult to find them and it doesn't feel peaceful and calm. So the number 1 reason that your wardrobe might not make you feel good is because your closet, or wherever you keep your clothing, is disorganized and cluttered and just a general mess. So if you can do something about that, it could very easily, that's a pretty quick fix, make you feel better when you wear your clothes. The second reason that your wardrobe might have you not feeling very amazing is that it's just overwhelming. You have way too much stuff. You have more clothing than you need, and it is kind of all packed in there and just generally overwhelms you when you open the door and when you go to get dressed. It's really hard to find anything. It's really hard to know what you have. It's really hard to know where it is and how to put it together when it's just way too overwhelming. The third reason that your wardrobe might not be making you feel amazing is that there is old, stale energy inside the space that, where your clothes are. So this one is one that's a little nebulous, and some people don't buy into it as much as others. Everything holds energy. Everything is energy. And certainly our clothing holds energy. And so if you haven't even, moved around the clothing that's in your wardrobe, if you've just been wearing a few things and haven't touched or aired out or washed or used, a good portion of what's in your closet, that's just old, stale energy. And it can go even a little further as to be, clothing that you wore in a bad situation, like you were in a bad relationship and you've kept those pieces, or you had a job you hated and you've kept those pieces. All of those pieces are holding energy. So it is possible that that is part of the reason that you don't love your wardrobe, because there is old, stale, stuck energy inside. The fourth reason that you don't love your wardrobe, or that your wardrobe isn't making you feel good, is that your clothing doesn't fit. And so if your clothing doesn't fit your now, today body, then it doesn't belong in your wardrobe. And I understand we have been in a weird situation where we've been home for an extended period and our bodies have certainly changed for the most part. I hear that regularly. I've experienced it in my own life. And so, there's this kind of holding pattern where we think, okay, well, if we go back to a sense of normal that I remember and my body goes back to that same normal, I'm going to want those clothes. But in the meantime, you have clothing in your closet that you're not wearing and you're not loving. And whether you're aware of it or not, it's getting in the way of your wardrobe making you feel good, because those clothes don't fit your today body. So I would suggest that you box those up and get them out of the closet and leave only what actually fits you now, and get back to those things later if and when it's time for that. But don't have them in the space where you go to get dressed every day and they just mess with your mind. The number 5 reason that your wardrobe might not be making you feel good is that your clothes don't fit your lifestyle. So in one case, they might not fit your body, and just as important is they don't fit the life that you live. Maybe you were working out of the house and then the pandemic happened and you now only work from home. And so the clothing that you had for the office was great, but it's not the clothing you're wearing at home. Or maybe you just had another baby and you were wearing things that were different, and now your life has different demands and your kids have different demands. And so the clothing that you have in your closet isn't actually conducive to the life that you live. Maybe you are newly single and going on dates and you don't actually have any date clothes. So that's one of the reasons that your wardrobe cannot be making you feel good, because it's not supporting you. It isn't designed for the life that you're actually living. So those clothes are going largely unworn because they're not supporting the life that you actually live right now. The 6th reason that your wardrobe cannot be making you feel good is guilt. And this one I see a lot. I've certainly experienced it in my own life. We tend to hang on to things for reasons, that are pretty much related to guilt. We tend to decide that, okay, well, I spent a lot of money on it, so I need to keep it in my closet. Or it was a gift from my mom, or a gift from my sister, or a gift from my friend, and a gift from my husband, and I need to keep it in my wardrobe because otherwise they'll be upset. I don't fit into that anymore, and I feel guilty about that. So I, don't want to let it go because that guilt is kind of, keeping it stuck in the space. And so that guilt is not allowing your wardrobe to make you feel good, because if you're wearing those pieces and you don't really love them, or they don't really fit as well as you'd like, or whatever the story is that goes along with that piece or those garments, they're preventing your wardrobe from really making you feel amazing. And your wardrobe should make you feel amazing. That's really the job of our clothing, in addition to keeping us protected and covered and warm enough. The job of our clothing is to really be enhancing to who we are and how we show up. It's supposed to be a support mechanism, a support tool. And if you're riddled with guilt when you open your closet because of all the stories that those clothes hold, that's not any way for your wardrobe to make you feel good. The seventh way that your wardrobe might not be making you feel good, or the seventh reason that it might not be making you feel good, is that it is filled with random pieces. It is filled with pieces that don't actually work together to make an outfit. There's nothing cohesive that you can create from the pieces that you have, because you just randomly buy pieces that you are attracted to, that interest you, that you like for some reason, but you don't actually have a way to make them work together. So you have these random one-offs that don't actually support you when you go to get dressed. So your wardrobe isn't making you feel good because you think, I have all these great pieces, but I don't know how to use them. I'm not actually putting them together in outfits because they don't really work to build outfits. And there are ways to fix that. I work with women one-on-one in style therapy. That's in my one-on-one program, where we really address this. How do you get past that random purchasing of one-off pieces that you really love, so that you can have the one-off pieces, but have a wardrobe that actually can build outfits, that you've got the basics and the staples that go with those beautiful one-off pieces, those more statement signature pieces, to create outfits. Number 8, the 8th reason that you have a wardrobe that might not be making you feel good is that you are only wearing the lazy go-tos. And this one tends to sting even for me when I really look at why I'm not feeling amazing in my wardrobe, or why I don't feel like my wardrobe is wowing me. It's usually because I have gotten comfortable and defaulted to just those lazy go-tos, those pieces that work. They're not fabulous. You don't feel amazing in them, but they don't take any effort. And so they feel like effortless style, but they're not effortless good style. They're just the pieces that you grab and you can put on easily, and that they're fine, and they're not making you feel good about your wardrobe, but they're getting you dressed. They're getting the job done. And so if you're ignoring the wardrobe gold, if all you're wearing are those lazy go-tos, chances are, with almost every client I've ever worked with, you have a whole lot of other pieces that are probably actually pretty amazing and pretty incredible, and you're ignoring them. So if that wardrobe gold is just hanging there untapped, you can start there. Pull out a piece or two that you haven't been wearing and put the lazy go-tos aside, put them in the laundry, put them in a box for donation, and start to wear some of that gold that is hanging in your wardrobe, that 80% that hangs there, because we wear 20% of our clothing 80% of the time. That means that 80% of our clothes are going unworn. And so yes, that often includes formal wear and things that you wouldn't wear day to day, but it also includes a lot of stuff you could wear day to day. So a really simple way to have your wardrobe make you feel better is to actually wear what's in that part of the wardrobe, that 80% that you're not really putting on very often. And then the 9th way that our clothing, or that our wardrobes don't make us feel good, is that our clothing lacks authenticity. So if what's hanging in your wardrobe is not authentic for you, then it's not going to make you feel good. Your clothing needs to actually be authentic to the person you are, and the person you are right now. Not the person you were 10 years ago, and not even the person you're going to be in 5 or 10 years. I'm all for looking to our future self and imagining the best version of us, the future best version of us, and leaning into that. And at the same time, if we have a whole closet full of the future best version of ourselves clothes, we're not going to feel comfortable wearing those yet, chances are. So we need to bridge the gap. We need to have some pieces that are not who we used to be, that are who we are right now, with a little bit of a leaning toward who we really want to be and start to wear those clothes. Because if your clothing lacks authenticity, if you bought it because someone else told you to, or if you bought it because it was a trend, or if you've had it a long time and don't still love it, or if it was just the least expensive option, or all of those things that don't make up an authentic wardrobe, if that's what's hanging in your closet, then you're never going to feel good in those clothes, because they're not authentic to who you are right now and how you want to show up and shine when you're out in the world dressed, feeling amazing in your clothes. So those are, just quickly, 9 ways that your wardrobe might not be making you feel good. And all of them are pretty easily fixed. It's not that it's really a difficult problem to solve. It's just a matter of awareness, of paying attention to what is it about my wardrobe that makes me not feel good. When I open my closet and I think, ugh, I don't have anything I want to wear, what is that coming from? Is it because my clothing isn't authentic? It actually doesn't even feel like me. Is it because none of it fits? And so when I go to put it on, it's just depressing. Is it because it doesn't fit my lifestyle? I go to get dressed, but the silk blouse isn't going to work with my infant. So how am I supposed to feel good about my clothes when it's not congruent? It's not actually working for the person who I am or the person who I want to be. And so if you can pay attention to that, even if you just pull everything out and get rid of the absolute duds and kind of spruce up your closet a little bit and put everything back in, just that change energetically will make you feel different about what's in there. Just run the vacuum. That'll change the energy, and you'll feel it when you go in there. And see how it feels to pull out something new today. Try something that you haven't worn in a while. Let the lazy go-tos have a rest and just pull out something that's already in your closet that could make you feel better today, right now. I hope that's helpful. I'm on Instagram every Tuesday doing a style Q&A live. I go on live at noon Mountain Time. If you cannot make that time, you can drop a question in the question box that I post 24 hours in advance. So on Monday, I post a question box. You can drop your question in. I will answer it on Tuesday. And if you can join live, that's great. I'd love to see the people who join live. And then those get recorded and saved to my Instagram feed. So you can even go back and look through. I always post all the questions in the comment box. So you can go back and look through and see what I answered, and then tune in, and watch any specific saved live to get answers to your questions or to questions you're curious about. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, Style Therapy is my one-on-one style coaching experience. I will drop a link in the description box below so that you can check out the website page that has all the info and all the details for Style Therapy. And if you have any questions, you can drop them down there below, and I will certainly answer them. I really appreciate your being here today. I hope that helps. I'd love to know if there are specific reasons that you can think of as to why your wardrobe doesn't make you feel good, if there are any of these 9 that I mentioned, or if you have others that you're realizing are, why your wardrobe doesn't make you feel good. But I would spend a couple of minutes really, kind of asking yourself that. If I'm not loving my wardrobe, why? What's coming up when I think about my wardrobe? And then see what you could do today, right now, to change it. Because my guess is there is something that doesn't cost any money, that isn't very hard, doesn't take much time, that you could shift, whether it's mindset related or outfit related. You could shift something and feel a lot better when you get dressed. I will see you next Friday. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful week.